Hi, it's Miss Pathlin, and I am going to be going through the E.O.C review, numbers 28 through 30 in this video. So for 28, use the information provided to answer part A through part C for question 28. Consider the 3 points, -4, 3, -3, 20, 15, and 48, 36. Graph the line that passes through these 3 points on the coordinate plane. So, looking at my graph, I can see that my x-axis goes from -8 to +8, as well as my y-axis. So out of these 3 points, I can only graph -4, -3 on this coordinate plane. So remember, start at the origin, -4, go left 4, and then -3 down. So here is -4, -3. And then I need to graph an entire line. So what I need to do is I need to find the slope between these points. So in order to find slope, we can use y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And I can plug in my points from these other 2 ordered pairs that I do not see on this graph, these numbers. So this can be my x1, y1, x2, y2. Plug these in, and equals 36 minus 15 divided by 48 minus 20. Simplify, 36 minus 15 equals 21. 48 minus 20 is 28, which equals 3/4. And then just to double check that my line has the same slope between all 3 points, I'm also going to find it between -4, -3, and 20, 15. So I would do 15 minus -3 over 20 minus -4. When we subtract a negative, those cancel out and become positive. 15 plus 3 over 20 plus 4, which equals 18 over 24. If I divide both sides by 6 to reduce it to its simplest form, I also get 3/4. So now I know my slope is 3/4. This is a linear relationship. So from this point I already plotted, I'm going to do my rise over run. So I would go up 3, and then right 4, up 3, right 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then to go the opposite direction, down 3, left 4. Connect my points. Part B, use the graph in part A to explain why the ratio of the y-coordinate to the x-coordinate is the same for any point on the line except the y-intercept. Explain why this is not true for the y-intercept. Enter your explanations in the box provided. Alright, so for this to explain, we could say the graph passes through the origin at 0, 0 and has a constant slope of 3/4. This is a proportional relationship in which all points intercept the origin will simplify to 3/4. So if we go back to the ordered pairs we use, for example, -4, -3 can be written as y over x, which equals -3 over -4. A negative divided by a negative equals a positive 3/4. The other ordered pair we were given, 20, 15. Y over x would be 15 over 20. If we divide both sides by 5, not 3, we would get 3. Oh my goodness, if I can do math right now. Five divided by 5 is 3, and 20 divided by 5 is 4, 3/4. So, and then same with 48, 36, y over x, divide both sides by 12, we also get 3/4. So, proportional relationship, everything reduces to the same slope. It's a linear relationship, and it is proportional. Part C, do the points on the line y equals 3x minus 2 have a constant ratio of the y-coordinate to the x-coordinate for any point on the line except the y-intercept? Explain your answer. Now for this one, if we break down the equation, y equals 3x minus 2, our slope is 3 over 1, rise over run, and then our y-intercept, or b value, is at 0, -2. Now, it's only going to be a constant ratio of the y-coordinate to the x-coordinate for any point if the y-intercept is 0. So for this, we would say for this equation, y equals 3x minus 2, the y-intercept is -2. So the line will not pass through the origin. As a result, this is not a proportional relationship like the graph in part A and B. This will not have a constant ratio of y over x for any point. That is only going to happen when the line goes to the origin at 0, 0, if it is proportional. Now this still has a constant rate of change of 3 or 3 over 1, but each point will not reduce down to 3 over 1 due to the y-intercept being at -2. All right, we're moving into session 3, which is also a calculator portion that you're allowed to use the calculator, and it's 80 minutes given to you. 29, part A. A dump truck weighs 11 and 25 tons when empty. A conveyor belt pours sand in the truck at a constant rate of 1/4 ton per minute until it is full. Let T represent the elapsed time in minutes. Let W represent the weight of the truck after T minutes. Write an equation for W in terms of T. So for this one, we're using W for our weight and T for minutes. Okay, so let's look at the information given. It is 11.25 tons when empty. That's the starting weight. So that's going to be our B value. So if we have Y equals MX plus B, B equals 11.25. And then our rate of change, it is pouring sand into the truck at a constant rate of 1/4 ton per second. So that's our slope, 1/4. And it's per minute. So our equation would be 1/4 T, 1/4 ton per minute, plus 11 and 25 tons for the starting weight. Part B, the dump truck from part A weighs 18 tons when filled. At the same time the dump truck is being filled, an identical dump truck filled to capacity is being emptied at a rate of 1/8 ton per minute. How much sand is in each dump truck when the trucks are the same weight? So I'm still going to use this equation. W equals 1/4 T plus 11.25. Now I have to create another equation for the second dump truck. So this one is starting with 18 tons and it's being emptied at a rate of 1/8 ton. So that's going to be negative 1/8 T plus 18. Now when to find at the same time when the weight is the same. So how much sand in the dump truck when the trucks are the same weight? When we are asked to find the same weight or whatever information is a part of the equation, we have to put these equal to each other. So I'm going to do 1/4 T plus 11.25 equals negative 1/8 T plus 18. Now we need to solve for T first. At what time they will be the same. So I'm going to move my constants to one side. I'm going to move the smaller constant, 11 and 25 so I'm going to subtract that from both sides. I'm left with 1/4 T equals negative 1/8 T plus 6.75. Then I want to get all my variable terms on one side. So if this is negative 1/8 T, I need to add 1/8 T to both sides. In order to add fractions, I need a common denominator. So I'm going to convert this 1/4. I need it to have the same denominator of 8. 4 times 2 is 8. 1 times 2 is 8. 2/8 is equivalent to 1/4. Plus 1/8 would be 3/8. So I'm left with 3/8 T equals 6.75. Then I need to isolate T. If it's 3/8 times T, I can multiply by the reciprocal, 8/3. And then if I create this as a fraction, multiply across, 6.65 or 6 and 75 6.75 times 8 equals 54. 1 times 3 equals 3. 54 divided by 3 equals 18. So T equals 18. Now that's how much time, 18 minutes, it'll be the same weight. But we are not there yet. We still need to find what that weight will be. So now we need to go back and we need to plug in 18 to our original equations. So I'm going to go back up here. W equals 1/4 times 18 plus 11.25. And when you solve that out, you will get 15.75. And then I have to remember that the original weight of the truck is 11.25 tons. So we have to subtract that from this, minus 11.25. So the weight equals 4.5 tons. And then let's just test out in the other equation. W equals negative 1/8 times 18 plus 18. We also get 15.75. But again, we need to subtract the 11.25 tons when empty. W equals 4.5 tons. So our answer is 4.5 tons. Number 30. Use the information provided to answer part A and part B. For question 30, Jamie has a plan to save money for a trip. Today she puts 5 pennies in a jar. Tomorrow she will put the initial amount in plus another 5 pennies. Each day she will put 5 pennies more than put into the jar the day before as shown in the table. So day 0 she put 5, day 1 10, day 2 15, day 3 20. So she's putting 5 more each day. Part A, let f of d represent the amount of pennies she puts into the jar on day D. What does f of 10 equal 55 mean? Well, we know that day is your x, deposit of pennies is your y, and when you write an equation, function like this, f of x equals y. So I know x equals 10 and y equals 55. So 10 days, x is days, and then 55 pennies. So let's go through our options. A, Jamie will put 10 pennies in the jar on day 55. No, that's mixed up. Jamie will put 55 pennies in the jar on day 10. That looks right, but let's just make sure that's our best option. Jamie will have 10 pennies in the jar on day 55. No, Jamie will have 55 pennies in the jar on day 10. Now, B and D look similar, but there's just one difference. Put and have. And let's go back to the information given in the prompt. Each day she'll put 5 pennies more than put into the jar. So we want to keep that same language. And so I would go with B. Jamie will put 55 pennies in the jar on day 10. Part B, let f of d represent the amount of pennies that Jamie puts into the jar on day D. Today is day 0. Select the statement that is true. All right, so f of d plus 1 equals f of d. So this is just saying that if we're adding one day, she's putting the same amount. That can't work. F of d plus 1 equals 5 times f of d. That means she's multiplying the amount of pennies by 5. No, she's adding 5. C, f of d plus 1 equals f of d plus 1. That's saying she's adding 1 more penny each day. That's not true. F of d plus 1 equals f of d plus 5. Ding, ding, ding. That is correct. That is showing each day that she's adding each additional day, so d plus 1, that she is adding 5 pennies. So that is going to be the correct option. This concludes this video segment. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.